Hello. Just making sure we are live and ready to go. Can you guys hear me and see me okay? Looks like we're okay up on the screen and I'm in the right spot. Just if you guys can hear me, just doing a voice check and making sure that we're straight and clear and you guys can see me. Okay, yay, perfect. Great. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Patty. Hi, Jason. The gang is here. Oh my God, before we get started, you guys, but somebody is grilling in the backyard of my neighbor's house. I'm about ready to jump their fence with my knife and fork and plate. It smells so good. You can't hear me, Patty? Marcy, you can hear me. Jason, can you hear me? Just doing a mic check. Okay. Okay, good. Well, we are officially at the top of the hour, so welcome to Cards by TLC. My name is Tammy Savello, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of the San Francisco Bay Area. I have been stamping I've been a demonstrator for about 7 years now, and I do blog over at cardsbytlc.com. Today is Thursday, May 19th, and we are streaming live right here on YouTube. So welcome, and thank you all for joining me today, whether it's live or you're catching me on the replay. Welcome, pop in and say hello when you're watching the video so I know you stopped by. Before we get started, I want to start out by thanking Marcy and Jason for being here today. As you can see, their names pop up in the blue section with the little wrench. They're my moderators. So they're here to help me out if I miss anything along the way. Maybe they can help me speak because apparently words are hard today. So today we are going to go ahead and play with a couple of brand new products. And I'm excited to play with the Bottled Happiness Bundle. And this can actually be found on page 16 out of the annual catalog. And I love this. We're also going to be playing with the Deckled rectangle dies. I am absolutely obsessed with this. This has become my favorites. I love that they can layer on top of each other, give the distressed look around the edges. They are so versatile, so amazing, and these are going to be a favorite in my craft room. You pretty much can use it in any style card and just make a simple card to turn it into a wow card. And you guys know me, I'm a pretty simple card maker. I love the clean look, the simple layouts and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to be creating 2 cards today. And this is the first one. So this is using the Bottled Happiness bundle, and it actually is a stamp set and a punch. And I love this. As you can see, I'm using the deckled rectangles along the edges, so it gives that distressed look. And what I like about this is I added this at the very last minute, this happy birthday sentiment. So this layout and stamp set can be used for any occasion. Get well, anniversary, thank you, whatever, happy birthday. And I really love this, and what I like about this layout is I can make multiples at any given time. So it's quick and easy and simple. That's what I always like to do. So like I said, I created this card using one of the new 2022 to 2024 in colors called Oakid. Wow, I am really struggling for words. Orchid Oasis. Wow, that was a fun word. Awakened. I think I'm going to create that new word and use it all going forward. you all know I'm a blue girl, so I absolutely love this color. It has the hue of purple in it, and I absolutely love it. And as you can see, we are doing multiple layers with the deckled rectangles. And I love that they can layer on top of, like I said, they can layer on top of each other perfectly. So what I've done here is this second to the largest is in soft seafoam. And like I said, we used Orchid Oasis. But today we're going to go ahead and play with a different one of Starry Sky. Oh, let me show you really quick. I also made one in Sweet Sorbet. So I have Sweet Sorbet and Orchid Oasis, and then we are going to play with Starry Sky today. So let's go ahead and get started. And we are going to go ahead and do our stamping first. And I've already pre-mounted my stamp sets and all of that. So let's bring in our supplies. Now here's a tip for you. If you're going to be doing multiples, I suggest you cut maybe like a 3" by 11 strip, and this strip will fit 8 bottles going across. So if you're doing multiples, this is a great tip to utilize your cardstock. And then we are also going ahead and bring in the photopolymer, or not photopolymer, the paper piercing mat, because we are using the photopolymer. It gives us that extra cushion and a more solid coverage when you're stamping. So let's go ahead and start out by stamping our bottles, and that is going to be in soft seafoam. Let's go ahead and bring in our project again towards the top, and then that way you guys can have an idea and remember what it looks like going forward. Let's go ahead and get my website out of there. So we are using soft seafoam, and like I said, with the photopolymer stamps, you're going to want to use some sort of mat to give it that more solid impression. You could even use a mouse pad, but I love this mat. It's a fun add-on to my craft room. So let's go ahead and stamp soft seafoam. There we go. See, we got a great impression. And like I said, you can, if you're doing multiples, it fits about 8 going across. And another reason why I wanted to do in a strip, it's easier to punch as you're going along. So you can just keep punching straight along away and not use any waste. So we go ahead and line that up. And I'm telling you guys, I'm about ready to jump that fence. It smells so good. Thank you, everybody. So that is done, and let's go ahead and we're going to continue on with our stamping. Let's go ahead and bring in the smallest of the 3. So what I've done is you have the largest of the deckled rectangles, the second largest in the soft seafoam, and then the third largest for your third layer. So let's go ahead and bring that in. And the colors that I used for this was, like I said, Orchid Oasis, but we're going to go ahead and use Starry Sky. Oh, we forgot to punch or stamp the sprigs in our bottle. Let's go ahead and do that. That is going to be in Mossy Meadow. And as you can see, this covers the entire bottle, so I want to bring this down a little bit. So basically I'm going to add ink from like here up and just cut off that bottom edge. Go stamp down. There we go. Close that up, and let's go ahead and bring in our flowers. So on the flowers, these are like a 2-stamp layering stamp. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stamp our dark Starry Sky flowers first, and then we're going to come in with the leaves and line these flowers up in the holes. So hopefully I can do this without putting my head in the camera, but we shall see. Now, as you can see, this image covers the whole entire thing, so we're going to want to stamp our top image towards the top of the piece. Hi, Tracy. No, thank you for joining me. So we're gonna stamp down, like I said, towards the top. Come up. Oh, that was not a good one. Well, that's what we have two sides for. Let's go ahead and hopefully, I noticed that there was a smudge on the inside of my stamp case. So we're gonna, you know what, let me bring in, let's go ahead and, because this is a new ink pad, let's go ahead and stamp that off. Okay, now we're okay. Sometimes with a brand new ink pad that hasn't been inked before, it doesn't give that quite solid image. So let's go ahead and start this again. There we go. Now we're going to come in with Pear Pizzazz. I need a new Pear Pizzazz. This is an old style ink pad. And like I said, we're just going to kind of angle, and I am going to have to bring my head down here just a little bit just so I could see. See how these little flowers, they're going to be lining up in the centers of your flowers. And we're going to pray, go down, and go up. Voila! Now we're going to go ahead and bring in Tom, because he is going to be our choice of adhesive today, as always. He got a little upset with me last week because I didn't use him all the time. So we're going to use Tom the whole time this time. And for those of you brand new to my channel and you're wondering who the heck Tom is Tombow Glue. We've nicknamed him in our craft room. And we just call him Tom. Tom is reliable. Tom allows wiggle room. And now, since we're still stamping, we're going to go ahead and bring in our banner. Now, our banner is from another favorite of my craft room. It is from the Stylish Shape Dies. And I love this. It has the stitch circles, the stitch squares, and the stitch banners. And the stamp set, or the stamp image, you can use any happy birthday or any image that'll fit in this. And what I found fit the most, and I like it because I really just liked the way it could be masculine, it could be feminine, it could be whichever, and it's just a straight happy birthday. It's from the Cottage Rose bundle. And we'll be playing with this in probably a couple of weeks. But for now, we are just using the happy birthday. And again, we're going to bring in our Starry Sky stamp pad. Tom is like your favorite pair of pants. It's reliable. It fits perfectly. You don't want to give up. Exactly, Marcy. That is a great analogy. Okay. And like I said, this is the perfect size for this particular banner. There we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Now we can go ahead and layer up. Put that aside for right now, and let's start bringing in our layers. Like I said, this is a standard card at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 or folded in half. And all the sizes and dimensions will be on my blog tomorrow at cardsbytlc.com. And we are going to go in and start bringing in our layers and glue these puppies down. And our first card will be done. I'm telling you, I have kind of become obsessed with these rectangles. It is. I might even buy a second set just so when I'm die cutting a bunch of stuff, I can do multiples. It just might have to be one of those that I have a second set. Go. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you for joining me. No, you're fine. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and bring in our Stampin' Dimensionals and pop up our sentiments. Pull these puppies off. And before I put down some embellishments, I'm going to go ahead and add some Tom to the inside piece. And then we can add some embellishments. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave the inside of it blank. That way it allows room for people to write a message. If you're like me, you like to write a whole bunch of mush inside your card. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that blank, but we'll go ahead and finish up the outside with embellishments. Now on the sample card, I used the fun raisin flowers. So let's go ahead and do that since that matches very well. As you can see, you guys, look how close these colors are. One is obviously a more of a blue hue, and one has like a purple periwinkle hue in the background. This one has kind of become one of my favorites first. I do like Starry Sky, but Orchid Oasis has become one of my favorites. And before I get yelled at for not using my Take Your Pick tool by my friends, let's go ahead and do that. Go, and voila, card number 1 is done. I'll go ahead and bring in the Sweet Sorbet, and you guys can vote on, I would love for you to comment below what your favorite is. If you like the Orchid Oasis, the Starry Sky, or the Sweet Sorbet. Would love to hear. Have I cut a frame using those rectangles yet? No, I have not, Marcy. I will have to play with that. My die cutting machine's across the room right now, so I can't exactly do that, but I will. That, because they do layer, I think that would be a pretty cool looking frame because it'll give you that swirly edge. Orchid and Sorbet. Oh, I'm Patty, then that's perfect. I'm so glad you did that. That would be so I would think that you would want to omit maybe that layer, do the largest, and then do the third largest. Would make a great looking frame. I can't wait. I'm actually going to play with that. I'm glad you brought that up. Jason, they're a must-have. 100%. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to card number 2. And we are staying with the theme with the deckled rectangles using the same stamp sets. But my friend Rebecca, who is actually on here, gave me an idea and thought it was so perfect to have cute little, like a message in a bottle type situation with the hearts overflowing out of the bottle. And I thought that was so creative. As always, she really is. And as you can see, you're wondering, where do these hearts come from? Well, I was looking through my stamp set and I happened to see this series of stamps and they look like hearts. I think they're possibly baby tulips, but I thought that they would make, because they're already like in a cluster of 3, I thought they would make cute little hearts coming out of the bottle. So cute, right? So this would be a great congratulations, overflowing with happiness. It could be a happy birthday. The Let's Celebrate is also from this stamp set. So I went ahead and utilized the sentiment of Let's Celebrate and the trio of hearts. So we are going to go ahead and bring in our pieces. Like I said, it's just a straightforward, simple stamping. I might do something a little different. As you can see, I stamped directly onto the cardstock of the bottle. I think what I'm going to do is bring in my strip of basic white and stamp the bottle and punch that out and bring that up as a layer of dimension. So let's go ahead and start off with our card base. This is actually cut at 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4 or folded in half. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's go ahead and do our stamping. Let's stamp the sentiment on the inside first. Let's Celebrate, and again, that is from the Simply Fabulous stamp set. So let's go ahead and bring in our colors here. We are going to be utilizing Sweet Sorbet and Sahara Sand for our bottle. So let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment and bring in our piercing mat. So let's celebrate. And then let's go ahead and stamp our little trio of hearts right there. There we go. Let me close this because I do not want red ink all over the place. Bring in Tom. Now, as you can see, we did the same layering process with the largest in basic white, and then the second largest we brought in crumb cake, and then the third largest that we're going to be stamping our sentiment on is basic white again. So let's go ahead and do our stamping, and like I said before here, I stamped directly onto that. So what I'm going to do now is bring in our strip and stamp, clean off my stamp here. And we're gonna stamp and punch this out. Yes, it is so basic. Sometimes simple is all you need. There we go. Bring in our punch and punch our bottle out. So you're going to want to line that up just right. punch away. Now we're going to go ahead and bring in our hearts, and I'll do the first stamp right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in that piece that we're going to attach it to, and that'll be our guide. So we'll just kind of lay that there, and then we will come in with the hearts like they're floating. And then while we have our sweet sorbet, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment, overflowing with happiness. There we go. And let's bring in our Stampin' Dimensionals and pop those up for just a little bit of dimension. And that way we can kind of angle that bottle upwards like that. There we go. Now we just have to glue our pieces down and add some embellishments. Like I said, I like to do multiples of things for craft fairs and the florists. So I like to pick a layout that's not so overwhelming. I certainly love a amped up card from time to time, but for my lives, I like to try to keep it simple so a new crafter or new stamper comes along the way and is not feeling so overwhelmed. There we go. And our final layer. And I think we're going to go ahead and just do the rhinestones on this. Let's bring in our basic rhinestones and finish this off. There we go. Voila. Let's go ahead and get this stuff out of the way so you can see the projects. There we go. I actually like it better with the bottle popped up. What do you guys think? Do you like the bottle popped up or straight down? I would love for you to comment below and let me know which one you like. These are our projects today. The punched up bottle does really look good. I think it really just adds that little extra layer, and it's still clean and simple, and I love it. Popped up. I think everybody pretty much likes the bottle punched up. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Like I said, all the sizes and dimensions will be on my blog tomorrow at cardsbytlc.com. And as you can see, all of the products I used today will be in the description box below as well as on the blog. But as you can see, we kind of have a theme going on here, and that is playing with our amazing in colors. If you absolutely love these colors and products as much as I do, and you're looking for a discount, I wanted to let you guys know about a current promotion, amazing promotion that we are having between now until May 31st on our promotional. If you are you get to pick in your starter kit $125 worth of product for $99. You'll receive that, and additionally you will receive $66.50 worth of additional free in color product. You're going to be receiving the 5 ink pads, an assortment of designer paper, an assortment of the color in color cardstock, a grid paper, such a great deal, and a free paper pumpkin and free shipping. All of that for $99. So you're looking at like $191.50 for $99. So if you're looking for a discount and on our products and love them as much as I do, I would love to have you join my crafting community where we can create and share together. I would love for you to be part of my Tender Loving Crafter team. Again, all of the details will be on my blog, or it's on my blog now, it's on my website under the join, under cardsbytlc.com, under the join, and you just click there and all of additional information is there, as well as additional perks. You get to pre-order ahead of time before customers. You're part of an amazing community and gain certain friendships. I absolutely love it. So again, thank you all for joining me, and I would love to see you guys back here next Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another creation. I think we're going to be playing with some swimsuits. It's warm here today, so I'm starting to think we're gearing towards summer and we're ready for some summer fun, and there's a great summer stamp set that I'm dying to play with and show with you. So again, if you can join me next week, I would love to have you. And thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate your love and support. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and the great rest of your day. Have a great day, guys. Bye.